Hey everybody, it is January 28th. Right now it's 8:12 a.m. We got the Nasdaq up. We thought we'd just do this live this morning. Let's see what the Nasdaq's looking like. Gonna pull up an economic calendar here. Actually, we know what's going on this morning with the economic calendar. So this morning we got PMI. Not PMI, sorry, Michigan consumer sentiment coming out at 9 a.m. You just want to be aware of that. Like I said yesterday, it's not going to be a market mover, but price does tend to spike around that. So you probably want to be flat around 9 and see if that it's going to push the market. It can encourage the market, I think, in the direction that it's going, but I don't think has it's got the power to change any direction. So the Nasdaq, I looked at this thing this morning, markets in general. We're just near the support where we've been at. Let me remove some of these trend lines on the daily that I drew out from yesterday. So I think that when we came in yesterday, the trend lines from yesterday pre-market are still valid. Um, we've got the weekly low down here, this touch down here at 13,700. And then we've got some resistance up here. I think this upper band is also going to be resistance. It's going to be that first level of resistance right here. 14,500 area. So all this up here is going to be pretty tough for it. We'll also have this area. I might actually draw this in a different color because I think that price may break through this. If price, let's see here. Oh, should we make it green? So we can make that green line there. I think that this would be an area of resistance. However, I think that if price crept up here and we broke through it, then that would open up this area to the upside. So I wouldn't be looking for price to bounce off of this. I'd be looking more for a confirmation as price moved up as we broke this level. So I'll just leave that out. And then price, I would suspect, would move up into this area. The other thing we got going on here is a little downtrend line on the daily. We can mark out like that. So yeah, that's just this big area of confluence right in here. 20 SMA on the daily. This resistance level plus this downtrend line. So that's a key level right there. And we'll just leave that on green for us. I'm not going to particularly, again, not going to be looking to short it there. I'm going to be looking to buy as we break. So I may take oh, this is the 4 hour. I'm sorry, guys. This is the 4 hour chart, but I still think that's relevant. All those levels right there are relevant. And even more so, I think that this 20 SMA on 4 hour is probably more in play than the 20 SMA on the daily, which is way up here. So that's okay. I like that chart analysis there in the 4 hour, even though I said it was the daily. Sorry. So we can look at the daily. Man, this thing is just choppy. This is when the Fed came out and said they were going to raise interest rates. So you saw a big rejection of this level. It's got room now, I think, down to 13,700. It may want to retest these lows before it comes up, or we may break those lows and just move down another leg. You know, which I had. I don't know. Right now we're just ranging. We're just ranging down here. So between this, you can see it right. We haven't broken to the downside. We haven't broken to the upside. But sorry, I was just looking at zooming out a little bit. All right, let's look at the weekly bond. What's going on this week? We've been ranging all week down here. Right in here, you can see ranging between these levels that we just marked out. We're now down near at the bottom of one of those levels. Down here, we're in the value area low. There's a big LVN on the weekly volume profile. We're at the bottom of the band on the 6 hour on the 1 hour. So I think it's, this is kind of a support area down here for it. If you were looking to buy it, I think down here is probably the place to buy it. If you're thinking that we're going to have a recovery, down here is the place at the support area. But I'm not buying it right now, so I'm not looking to do that. I'm not looking to buy it and hold it as it move back up. But if you were, down here, you could buy it down here and then sell it somewhere here in the range. Stop down here. So, you buy low, sell high, your stop is here. That's a good profit loss ratio where, it's like a one stop loss for a four profit. So you could take it up, 400 points and put a 100-point stop loss or something. So that's how trading schools would teach you to trade it. Let's see, we got this little downtrend line going on here. Area, the 20 SMA, the 20 SMA on the 1 hour is going to be big up here, 14,070. Still got about 12 minutes before the market opens. I'll draw a red line there. I got that downtrend line here. I can see price popping up into. I can see price popping up into this area and then just coming back down. Or we break higher, but you got the upper band on the 1 hour right here. So that could be some resistance. This is that green line that we're looking to break to think that maybe we're going to start moving back up into this area. But looking at the volume profile right here, weekly volume profile, I don't know. There doesn't seem to be a lot of meat up here. You've got the upper band on the 60-minute. That might hold. There's a little bit, I guess, like right here, a little pops. That doesn't look good though. Not a lot on that. So I don't know. We can have to look and see what price is doing when the market opens. So that is the weekly. That's 1 hour and the 5 minutes. I mean, I don't know, not a lot going on in the 5 minute. We've had this, pre-market trend line break here, going down, going down. We break the trend line on a lot of volume. It looks like we've come up to VWAP now, where it's finding some resistance and may want to come back down. Other big thing here is Delta is negative, negative 3,000. That's pretty aggressive selling. We are negative on the day. We are below VWAP just barely, so looking bearish coming in pre-market. Let's see what all the other indices are negative, but I mean they're all holding except for the Russell. They're all holding. That this weekly support area. So markets aren't, I think, in free fall, but they do look bearish. What could a trade be for us today? Well, as I'm looking at the 4 hour, I kind of like that kind of pop that we would find some recovery today and up in here. So a break above, that this green line, and then we would try to take it up to this band. I mean, if you've ever seen the way I trade, the likelihood of me holding this whole thing is pretty unlikely. But looking for this pop as all these short sellers start liquidating their position. Price moves higher, you would think that price would move up a little bit here, up into this range because we've been ranging all week. Again, the chart says that we're ranging, so you're either going to buy down here, sell up and sell up here. That's the only thing you can really do in this. Getting in the middle might be tricky. So a lot of that's also going to be kind of looking at Delta when price is up around these key levels. What's Delta doing? Price moves up, hits this trend line, Delta starts dropping. We get the 20 SMA, Delta starts dropping. That could be significant that these might be areas of resistance that are holding, or we get some aggressive buying as we start breaking these levels. So we got aggressive buying. Let's say Delta miraculously turned positive as we broke this level. I would anticipate price moving up into here. So it's not a real clear trading plan, but we're just gonna have to be watching price, see what it's doing. Let's look at the weekly. Oh no, guys. No. It's Friday. maybe take some. Maybe I might just take a couple scalps. Watching price action and delta. Just take a couple scalps around key levels, either local or on the higher time frames, and just probably be a pretty probably no fireworks today. I'm assuming I might get a couple scalps, maybe make $500 or something, but I'm not expecting any any five-figure days today. So that's about it for me. Um, oh hey, there's some guys in the chat. Cool. From Canary Islands. That's awesome, man. Thanks for dropping in, Caesar. Shri, hello. It's nice to see you live trading. You're gonna trade live? Nah, I don't know. I don't see any good trades for me today, and I've got kind of a feeling today's not gonna be a good trading day. I don't know why, but I think I'm gonna have to wait till 9 o'clock for oh, from Dallas. Cool. I'm gonna have to wait till 9 o'clock, I think, for Michigan consumer sentiment. Yesterday I traded the open. I tried to scout the open, didn't go so well. Trading the open is just so tricky on the Nasdaq, particularly if you look at ATR coming in pre-market. We're at 40 ATR. I mean, there's going to be a lot of spikes on the open. I think where price is going to look like it's going to move up and spike and spike, so you can easily get stopped out, I think. So I think I may have to wait until 9, but then it's Friday, so then volume's going to dip down. Um, you know, uh, after that, I think a little bit. So there may be, like I said, a couple scalps that might present themselves. Um, and I don't see like a really great trade setup unless you were looking to like swing trade and buy something down here to hold. I mean, we are at a support level. I mean, we've been holding down here. I could also see price falling down. A lot of these TV pundits are saying that price is going to come down, except Jim Cramer's telling everybody to buy stuff. But you got to watch out for what Jim Cramer says. Every time I listen to Jim Cramer, it's been a bad idea. So, do I use the dome in my trading? The dom in my trading? I used to. I don't do it anymore. It's just too much stuff up on the screen. um, yeah, I used to. I mean, I think some people would do, use the ladder to do order entries and stuff. I think that's fine. It's just I prefer just to be like, okay, here's the key level, and if you see any way that I trade, I'm looking for stuff to break. So, like, let's say the market was open here, I'd be drawing this uptrend line. We're hitting VWAP. I'd be like, well, maybe VWAP's gonna hold. I'd be putting a short order just by right clicking, sell stop, and putting it in right here. Um, and then as price broke, I would try to get out down here at this next key level. And again, it's just scalping, you know. Um, yeah, but I'm not gonna take that trade pre-market. And you can also see Delta down here dropping on that. Delta's so negative, you want to kind of look to see what the overall market direction is. So for me, again, it's a little conflicting because it's like we're at this support area. You probably want to be buying a bounce because that's what it's done before. But Delta's so negative and it keeps dropping that um, it doesn't look bullish on the time and sales stuff. I mean, this down here is essentially time and sales data, level 2 data. So it's actual orders that are going through, and that's good. I used to have level 2 up as well, but I don't use it anymore either. This is essentially down here. The delta is essentially my level 2 that I look at. So oh, thanks. And then I've got good trading. Yeah, I've seen trades by Matt and Bye Bye Money. I've seen those guys. Bye Bye Money uses like the two-legged pullback strategy. Um, I think if you get stuck to like one strategy, you're really limiting yourself. What I've found is I used to look for that. When I first started trading, I would try to find strategies that I could just, learn and then trade and then make a bunch of money and it'd be great. What I found trading is that market conditions change. And what you want to do is really take advantage of the market when the conditions are in your favor and you've figured out the pattern or whatever it's doing and you figure that out, just hit it as hard as you can. I mean, don't, take excessive risk, but keep doing it until till it stops working, and it'll eventually stop working. And then you want to just watch the market again and try to find another pattern that you can exploit, or something else that's going to work for you. You know, in my mind, I kind of think of it as you're like a robber. You know how like robbers like stake out places they're going to rob before they do it. I mean, you got to like just watch the market, just watch it, and then figure out good opportunities that you can go in and rob it and take some money from it. Stake it out for a while. So that's why I only really trade. I only trade day trade Nasdaq. I just watch the one thing, and I just am really mindful of patterns and things that it's doing, and market conditions for it, and what's going on, the fundamentals for it. So yeah. Oh, you're in Uzbekistan. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. That's super cool. Somebody in Kansas City. I'm in Missouri, so I'm only a couple hours away from you. So I know Kansas City very well. I'm in Kansas City. My kids play soccer in Kansas City, so I'm in Kansas City often, often, often. Um, yeah. So we see what the market's doing right now. Moving up a little bit, but we're still negative delta. I mean, you'd want to see it break this level. I don't want to see it. This is really hard to see on the screen. Sorry, guys. Anyway. This blue on blue is not great for videos, I think. You can see this blue, but it just kind of keeps the color for me, not screaming at me. So we've got this 20 SMA here on the 60-minute, which is coming up to. You got that red. That's this red line right here. You can see what it's going to do here, but then it's got some more resistance up here at 33. And then we've got more resistance here, and we've got more resistance here. So those are lots of areas for it to pop. There could be a move right here from the 20 SMA up to this trend line, up to weekly volume profile. The weekly volume profile today, I think price will bounce off of. Fridays, typically, the weekly volume profile comes into play. I've seen price explode to the weekly volume profile and just push right off of it. So there could be a little move right here as we break this level and we move up to 14,150. Which is 100 points away. On here it looks not like very much, but that's 100 points. So there could be a scalp on that. Hey guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. The market just opened. I'm gonna let you guys trade. I'm gonna get out of here and trade. If I do take anything, um, I'll record it and post. Maybe we'll start doing some live trading. I don't know. Who knows? I don't think today's gonna be a very good trading day for me, so I don't want to psych myself out doing that. But let's just see what it does right here. I'm not going to buy it up here, but I think that there might be a pop up into this before it finds any real resistance. But look at Delta. Delta, there's no move on that. We break this resistance level, and Delta's barely budging. There it goes. There's some Delta. See if it gets up to 14,000. See if we break 14,100. How do the Bollinger Bands help your entries? They're just like support and resistance areas. I just use them for targets, really, targets and resistance, like right here. So this is a 20 period Bollinger. So this middle band on all the Bollingers is the 20 SMA. So that's a 20, so and the 20 SMA for a lot of traders is a moving average that a lot of traders use, I guess you could say. And so I'm just using these as levels. So if we break the 20 SMA, I think we're going to fall down to the other end, particularly on the 5-minute. One thing that I've noticed at certain times of day, it doesn't really happen in the overnight session so much, but during the US session, these 20 SMA, the 20 SMA on the 5-minute, and if we break and close, typically we're going to come down and test the other end of the band on the 5-minute. Same thing with the 1-minute. You can see here it's bouncing a little bit. We're at the bottom of the band here on the 500 volume. We're plus the 20 SMA on the 1-minute. I think we break this level, it's going to want to come down to 14,000. I think that's got room down there. Do I use supply and demand for entries? No. I don't. Not. I'm tempted to take a short right below this and let it drop. I don't know. I'm gonna wait for Michigan consumer sentiment to come out and try to find something better. This is what I did yesterday and I got stopped out. So if it's gonna come down and hit 14,000. Yeah, it's awesome. Hey Vernon, thanks for joining in. It's awesome to see everybody trading. Everybody in the chat. So it came down to 14. It's finding some support. I think right now that little move is over, so you got to see what it's going to do. You can see Delta coming in right now, popping up. It's opened up. Maybe it's got some more room down here. Down here. Breaks this low, and then we fall down into this. So yeah, hey Scott, that's a good question. So like one way I trade is I'm looking at micro and macro trends. So the macro trend for me is still bearish. The overall market sentiment for me would be bearish because we're negative delta. We're below VWAP and we're negative on the day, right? So the and the macro trend on the hourly, we're in this downtrend. See on the hourly, we've got this downtrend going on. Right. We're below the 20 SMA on the hourly. But on the micro trend, which are the smaller time frames, like the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the 500 volume, it's actually in a little bit of a bullish trend in this uptrend. So what you would expect is when this uptrend on smaller time frames breaks, the overall macro trend would continue and we would begin to fall again. So I don't want to call it, is that divergence? I don't know, but you're looking for you're looking for it to become overbought or oversold in the opposite direction of the overall trend. And so, I think that this is a bearish trend right now, clearly, and we're becoming overbought. I don't have any indicators telling me that it's overbought, but if we're way up here on the 5 minute, way up here on the 1 minute, up here on the 500 volume, we hit some resistance, which could be the 20 SMA on the 1 hour. We break trend lines moving down, then I think that those are good entries. So that's just the break of the 20 SMA from the buy zone. If you guys don't know how Bollinger's works, if you're above the 20 SMA, this is the buy zone. This is the sell zone, right? So right now we're in the sell zone on the 60-minute, sell zone on the 4 hour, sell zone on the daily. But on the 5 minute, we're in the buy zone, and we're in the buy zone on the 1 minute, and the buy zone on the 500 volume. But these higher time frames are going to take seniority. I don't know. They're going to dominate the lower time frames, I guess you could say. So we've got this. This is the bat. This is this trend line that we drew out, and we've got this uptrend. There's this little area of confluence here that's going on. Where price is bouncing off of a little bit. Might be a short right there at 34. Gonna keep falling. Well, I probably should have taken this short up here. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I get a little nervous live trading. It's a mental head game. Trading is all a mental head game. I told myself I wasn't gonna trade until after consumer sentiment came out. Moving through that level. So I've got these other time frames. I don't look at them too often, but every once in a while, like if the 15 minutes about to close, I'll glance at the 15-minute to see what it looks like. Or for 30 minutes about to close, I'll look and see. I mainly trade, daily 4 hour, 60-minute as my higher time frames, and then my lower ones are going to be the 1 minute, 5 minute, 500 volume. I'm not going to buy it down here because the trend's bearish, and I'm not going to short it because now I've got Delta making new highs. There's really nothing for me to do. We're hitting this area of confluence, even though it spiked through it. I don't think it's going to move up. I think it's going to keep moving down, but I am not inclined to take a loss right here. This is like a C plus setup for a short. Anybody else make any trades this morning? Anybody get that little move down there? I would say it's a little move. It moved. How many points did that thing move? 50, 100, 100, 130 points. You can see Delta. This is how we use Delta. This is just showing that buyers are now coming in on the seller's price. If you don't know how Delta works, it is a cumulative number taking the buyers who are willing to pay the seller's prices or sellers who are willing to pay buyers' prices. So you can think of it as like if you went to a market and consumer sentiment's at 9 at a.m. Central Time, so in 20 minutes, 21 minutes. If you're going to a market and you go in there wanting to buy an apple for $1 and the sellers are all selling them for $2, and you're like, no, I'm not going to buy that apple for $2. I'm going to wait. And the seller finally says, okay, fine, we'll sell it to you for $1. That means the sellers are coming down to buyers' prices, and it's going to show weak demand. And then if vice versa, if the buyer comes into the market and says, all right, I'm willing to pay the extra $1 to get that apple, then it's going to show aggressive buying, and this will probably move up. So the Delta works. Buyers coming in on the ask and sellers coming in on the bid. Aggressive buying, aggressive selling. Yeah, almost 200 points in 10 minutes. Yeah, that's a lot. At what point is the cumulative delta? Do you determine bullish or bearish? I would say anything plus or minus 1,000 for me is aggressive. If I'm coming in pre-market, negative 3,000 is a lot. So you also just want to watch the structure of it. This thing could move up. This thing could turn flat or positive in the next 30 minutes. I'm not saying it couldn't. But one thing that's interesting is, like, I can't remember, the other morning we came in and markets were positive, but Delta was negative like 2,000 or something. So for me, that shows that the move on the market is probably not valid, and to be looking to take shorts probably, or at least not buy it, not have real confidence that market is moving up. So like right now, all signs are pointing down. Starting to move down again now. So it's looking pretty bad for it. But, here we go. Look, Delta. Price made a new low. Delta did not make a new low. Delta divergence. Can price break this level and move up? Can it do it? I don't know, but this is Delta divergence. If Delta can actually make a new high here, that would be very telling. If it breaks this level and starts to really drop, that would signal sellers are still in control. I'm not going to short it down here though. I think it, it's got room down to 13,850. This is now, you can see here on the 1 minute how that's all starting to open up all the way down 75. Buyers are trying to come in here. Buyers are trying to come in. Point of control's now coming here. Part of me wants to short it as we break this new low. I also don't want to get stuck down here. So I think I'm just going to sit on my hands. Starting to fall a little bit, but Delta isn't. 100. Oh, cool. 137 with 2 micros. Awesome. I'm done. Yeah. Take it. Take it, walk away, enjoy it. Don't stress out about it. So that's what I do. You have a good trading day and you feel like you're happy with the way you traded. Just walk away. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. Don't get too greedy with it. This is all opening up now. I think this thing's gonna probably keep falling down. Um, this level break. You see how everything is kind of opened up. And there it starts to fall there. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta know when to stop. You made 865 bucks on one mini. Nice. Did you take that short down, Vernon? This short right here just happened. That's awesome, man. Good job. I'm still sitting on my hands here. I'm about to jump in on a short, but let's see what's going on in the 1 hour. That's a good point. One thing I can see is that the band here now on the 1 minute's opened way up. There's some selling coming in on it. I can just, it just seems like it's gonna creep down for a minute. This thing opened up too. Uh, 740. Man, this thing is just So I think you could maybe 57, 50. Oh, there's a lot of selling coming through on that. You can hardly see this because I have to keep adjusting the. So it's either going to go here, or it's going to spike up and hit this other end of the band. That's fine. I'll take a stop on it. Still think it's got room to the downside though. We took our stop on it. I'm glad I took the stop. What do you want to come up to? Yes, I might. Just need 1,300 more. Keep after it, man. Just keep doing your thing. Well, I told myself I wasn't going to trade until consumer sentiment came out, but I just saw this band opening way up like that. I saw this bearish candle on the 1 minute, and I thought we were just going to fall right into this pocket. And unfortunately, we got stopped out on it, but that's all right. It's only 440 bucks. There'll be other opportunities today. There's also this nice bearish candle on the 500 volume. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna jump off of here. I'm gonna keep trading, but I need to focus, and I feel like my live trade, psychologically, it's really difficult for me. But I'm gonna jump off of here. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Maybe we'll do this again on Monday. Monday, should we just keep doing some live stream stuff? This thing's all spiking around with the consumer sentiment thing coming out in 10 minutes. So I'm gonna wait for that to come out. I'll take some more trades later, and hopefully we can get back in the green today. So um, tune back in. All right, I'm glad I took my stop here. This would have killed me. So hey, you know what? If me trading 4 months ago, 6 months ago, I would have held on to this and kept moving my stop. You've seen any of my older videos. I would have held that, moved my stop, moved my stop, moved my stop, and this would have been like a $3,000 loss. So we are getting better at trading. You see Delta now moving up. There's also, I saw Delta, all this selling coming through on that. I mean, this looked like a nice short that this thing was going to pop. Just didn't work out. So it's the way it goes. It's not always going to go your way. Push it off. All right, guys. I'll see everybody on Monday. I really, really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll do it again on Monday. All right, guys. I will post a video later of any more trades that I do today. Cool. I will see you then. Thanks for tuning in.